In C3, you saw to add fractions like this, you need to get a common denominator. So in this case, you just multiply both of these. So you're going to have x times x minus 1. And you multiply the x minus 1 by the 4. So you have 4 times x minus 1. And you multiply this one by the x, so it's just going to be x. No, sorry, plus x. If you expand that out, you're going to have 4x minus 4 plus x over x times x minus 1, which is equal to 5x minus 4 over x times x minus 1. So in partial fractions, you need to learn how to go back the other way. The first thing you notice is that this can be written in the form of a over x plus b over x minus 1, and that is equal to 5x minus 4 over x times x minus 1. And if you get a common denominator on here, you're going to have a over x times x minus 1 times x minus 1. That's just multiplying both top and bottom of this by x minus 1. And that's going to be plus b times x over x times x minus 1. That's multiplying this by top and bottom by x. And because the denominators are equal, you can cancel them. So you have ax minus 1 plus bx is equal to 5x minus 4. And then you expand this, so you have ax minus a plus bx equals 5x minus 4, and collect the x terms from this side, and you have a plus b multiplied by x minus a equals 5x minus 4. And from here, there are two methods you can do to solve this for a and b. So the first method, you compare the coefficients. So you see the coefficient for the x term on the left-hand side is just a plus b. And on the right-hand side, the x coefficient is 5. And then if you do the bit that doesn't have an x coefficient, you have minus a equals minus 4. And that tells you that a is 4. And then you plug this into here. So 4 plus b equals 5 tells you that b is equal to 1. And you can see that both you have a equals 4 and b equals 1, which is what we had at the beginning. And the second method, so for the second method, you sub in values. So if you try first x equals 0, you're going to have a plus b multiplied by 0 minus a equals 5 times 0 minus 4. Anything times 0 is 0, so that's going to go, and that's going to go as well. So you have minus a equals minus 4, therefore a equals 4. And then you pick a different value for x, so say x equals 1. And then you sub that into here, so you're going to have a plus b, so a is 4, plus b, if x is 1 it just stays like this, minus a, which is 4, equals 5 times 1 is just 5, minus 4. So you're going to have b equals 5 take 4, which equals 1. And that is also the same as what we had up here for a and b. Once you have your values for a and b, you need to make sure that you write them in the final answer. So you put them into here. So a is 4, so you have 4 over x plus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to, where's it gone? Up here. 5x minus 4 over x times x minus 1. And this is your final answer.